Former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu now risks a 12-year prison term should he fail to pay a fine of 53.5 million shillings after being convicted in a corruption case. Waititu and his co-accused were found guilty of several charges in relation to a 588 million shilling road tender scandal. They are said to have benefited from the graft deal involving companies related to Waititu and his wife. We begin tonight with NTV's Kevin Mutai.
This matter is before me for sentencing.
In the judgment delivered by the Milimani Anti-Corruption Court Chief Magistrate Thomas Nzioki, former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu was convicted to 12 years in prison or pay an alternative fine of 53 million shillings. While serving as the county boss, Waititu is said to have benefited from a 588 million shillings tender irregularly awarded to Testimony Enterprises Limited. He is said to have used his company, Saika 2 Estate Developers, to fraudulently obtain 25.6 million shillings as a kickback from the contracted company.
It's the law. Section 64 states a person who is convicted of corruption or economic crime shall be disqualified from being elected or appointed as a public officer for 10 years after the conviction.
His wife, Susan Wangari Ndungu, was also slapped with a 1-year sentence if she fails to pay a fine of 500,000 shillings. Wangari, while also trading as a Bienvenue Delta Hotel, received 7.2 million shillings, knowingly acquiring the money from the $500 million shillings graft case.
Accused person, together with the 12th accused person, your company, Saika 2, convicted of dealing with suspect property, contract provision 47.1 as read with 47.2A and 48 of a second.
Others also include former senior county employee at the Department of Roads and Infrastructure, Luka Mwangi, who was fined 21 million shillings or in default serve 7 years in prison. The businessman and the owner of the company awarded the tender, Charles Chege, was also sentenced to 9 years in jail or pay a fine of 295 million shillings.
I've looked at the circumstances under which the offense was committed and the role that you played. And I've tried to moderate the sentence as much as I can, JM, because you can see the figure. If we blindly go to the benefits, the figure is quite colossal.
The convicts faced several charges, including engaging in fraud, conflict of interest, fraudulent acquisition of public property, abuse of office, dealing in suspect property, and money laundering.
This is the one that I'm giving to the professionals who are dealing with the professional duties.
The ex-governor and his fellow convicts were taken to industrial area and Langata women prisons to commence serving their sentences. Kevin Mutai, NTV.